In a previous video, I talked about how City of Heroes changed my middle child, my second son's life. I transformed things for him, how he changed as an individual based on the game, which was really amazing. And now I just want to talk about my youngest. In here, you see her rather interesting character, and she is 6 years old. She's been playing since she was 5, and one of her biggest goals had been to see or talk to, or at least observe, one of the characters, like War Witch especially was kind of a favorite. Was definitely a favorite, like kind of. That's non-committal. Definitely absolutely a favorite. She loved War Witch, thought War Witch was crazy, cool. So, she's walking around right now. She had seen War Witch answering questions on the steps that people were asking. And then War Witch was originally standing there, surrounded by people. And then eventually decided to float above and answer questions where people could better see her, I guess. I assume that's her thinking. In any case, the person who's playing the character on the screen, this six-year-old, and 11 years ago, today, I just dropped off at college yesterday. You know, it kind of makes you sick to your stomach to drop someone off at college and to not see them at home, not see them the following day, to think of them there out on their own. And you know they can do it. You know, if someone can work up several characters pretty high in level at the age of 5, you have to think to yourself that that's a person who can take care of themselves. So I'm just including this to say that one of the things that I think really kind of built that confidence had been this game, because we live in an area which is not very densely populated, where it's hard to make friends that you can just visit whenever you want to. And sometimes it's a little more difficult to have sustained friendships. People's parents are very busy. I don't think it's easy for people to be able to devote as much time as they would like to their children. That basically you have a lot of scholastic events, a lot of sporting events, a lot of family events, and you have very little left over for friends unless they live very close by or are available through some sort of mass transit like bus or whatever. So in any case, being someone who was mainly spending their time at home, being able to interact, even if you don't make a friendship, just being able to interact with people on City of Heroes in the way that people interact in City of Heroes. Very different from the way people interact on other games. Fortnite, a lot of screaming and yelling and calling people names, and a lot of the other games. World of Warcraft comes to mind. Things like that. People are not... I don't want to denigrate those communities, but some people there were pretty amazingly crass. And they were not helpful. They're just like, get out of here, noob. I don't want to see you. And at City of Heroes, it was like, get over here, noob. I want to help you. Very different outlook. Very different experience. And it was probably the only place I knew of. And maybe there are probably more than one place where people will have that outlook, where they come to you and they say, how can I help you? But I didn't know of them. Now, following the shutdown, they managed to get into Mind Test, which is a free clone of Minecraft, and then later on Minecraft. And the reason Mind Test came to mind is because I looked around and I found a family-friendly community run by some people. There was 2 people who were running it. One was the person who took care of the software, and another person who basically took care of the hardware. However, there were some incidents there where they were overly zealous in their policing of their system, where there were some people who were defacing stuff, and my oldest son, was trying to inform them of this, and then they banned him from chat for trying to inform that there was this defacement going on of something that was created for the public. It was not something that was a private structure, but something that was created for the server. So that's that. I'm actually telling you this because it's of interest. I'm also kind of buying time because I have no idea how long this hospital stay is going to be. I had no idea that this character was sick at all. And here, I didn't know what kind of treatment you're going to get in the lobby. Also, did anyone notice that there's actually no missions given out in the hospital? Which would be convenient because sometimes in a mission, that's just where you end up. But anyways, the game they ended up in was a mind test on a server that I don't know if I should name, but they thrived and enjoyed the structures they made there and the connections they made with the people there. And unfortunately, the person running the machine just unceremoniously one day wiped the machine. And one of the things that was kind of disturbing about that, wiping it all and restarting it, is that there's a lot of people who play Mind Test around the world who can afford very little. And that's one of the things they have, is they have the things they built in the server. And he just sort of wiped it, said, you know what, I really like it better if we just generated the world with a different set of software, because a lot of the world had been generated with different stages of development of the Mind Test server. So it didn't all match. And I don't know why that bothered him. But anyways, here is her triumphant attempt to catch a screenshot next to Warwitch. And I just can't believe that this is the same person going to college now and having the confidence, the amazing confidence that they have. Waterfall. So anyways, obviously I take more enjoyment out of this than you do. But I hope that there's something in here for you and that you really think about how a positive community like this could really affect people. That there are still people out there that sort of probably grew up playing this and are still feeling its effects, if not thinking about those experiences and how they relate to what they're currently doing, how they relate to maybe their job, maybe their educational career, how things are going. But I think that when you see the people playing here, young and old, especially the young ones, you're seeing people who are probably some of the more helpful, useful, resourceful, kindly assertive people that you're going to meet. These are the people that are, all of them, I think, have, to varying degrees, the quality of leadership that a lot of people aspire to have. And I think it comes out in the way that the game was either structured and the kind of players that gravitate towards a superhero game. It's not all out for me. For some reason, everything went right. And a lot of the blame for the success goes to the devs, but a lot of it also goes on the players. So if you see yourself playing here on this game, if you remember playing back then or right now, you deserve a little bit more credit than you give yourself. And that's about all I can say. I'm just going to wait for a sweet moment here to take a final shot, and then I'm going to call it a day. I hope you are having a great day. I hope you're doing something great this weekend. All right? There you go. Got to get that screenshot with Warwitch. There she goes. Awesome. Take care.